welcome to Nurse's Garage. And this mess you see here is what I'm working on today. So, this started off life as a Chinese four-wheeler that had been stripped completely down, and I picked it up for 30 bucks for the rolling frame. And some of you might be saying, why would you destroy wheel horse parts by putting them on this? But all these parts here were from machines that were already trashed and gone, or they were picked up for next to nothing at flea markets, garage sales, that sort of thing. So, I have a bunch of fenders and hoods that I've picked up just randomly when I see that they're almost free, or they are free, and so that's where they came from. And I had a bunch of this stuff sitting around, and the reason for doing this build is because I've got two little kids, one just born a few weeks ago, and I don't have any of my other quads ready to go, and I thought, well, why not put something together that would be slow, that would be big enough with enough surface that, you know, a kid can sit here in front of me and put their legs up and we can just putt around the yard. That's kind of the idea. It's not really going to be something that's going over jumps. It's just something fun that we can take the kids around the yard with, and that's the idea. So I started putting this together at a previous house where it didn't have any light, and I was working out in a shed, could only really get out to do any work at night, and really didn't make very good cuts because I was using a Sawzall for everything. But I started to make the cuts to piece this together, and that's been a couple years now, so I want to revisit it and have this thing going around the summer. So I'm going to see what I can do today, and hopefully I can get all the body pieces where I want them and how I want them to hopefully make this a good ride. So what I've got is a rear pan turn around here. I've got a rear pan going forward here. These are different models, different eras. I've got a Wheel Horse 211.5 hood. No idea where I got this from. And then I've got a pan frame section that was cut out that I'm going to use as a floorboard. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do first is I'm going to take this off, turn it over, do a reverse bend, run a piece of steel across the bottom to provide good stability when it's being pressed on with some, stepping on and off. And then I'll work on mounting that. I don't have a lot of clearance unless I cut more off the back, so I'm going to get it as close as I need to the back tires, and then I will see where I need to mount that. Now, this plate's also going to be handling the motor, and as far as a motor, I'm thinking about a little Chinese 5-horse motor that would come on like a Mini Baja that has a stator in it, and I can run power to some lights. This has a spot for lights up in the front of the hood, and I have several sets of lights plus LED lights, and I could run some up there and get that going, make it at least something that can ride around a desk. And yeah, so I'll update you when I make some progress. Okay, so here's an update. This is just like what I've got done so far. So I ran a support bar under here, bolted that together, and that works, but the issue I'm having here is when I measured the front to back, the problem that I had was the suspension was sitting lower, so the back tires were back. It gave me more room, so I actually need to cut off a bit off the back of here to shorten that up. I got this trimmed up a little bit better, bolted that down, bolted this down, at least for right now. The next thing that I have to do is I need to trim the extra tin on the inside of the hood that I want to use. Now, I kind of like the look of this as it is. You know, looks fine, honestly, to me. But the issue that I have is I want it to be a little bit sillier. So I want the wheel horse hood. And so the extra tin here, you know, this originally sat over a vertical shaft engine. And I'm not going to need this in here, just create an extra drama. So I'm going to have to go along, trim this out on both sides, take that out, and then I have to figure out if the height from top to bottom of this hood is going to actually fit on here without hitting on the handlebar. So that's the next step. I'll check back when I get a little bit further. Okay, this is where I unfortunately have to stop for the day. So let me get you a little bit better angle here. So this is what I'm looking at. Now this might look like where it started, but I had just kind of rough cut and set stuff on, and this is actually bolted on. Let me see if I can get you a better view here. So what you're looking at is all the pieces bolted to the frame now, and I just set an engine in there that I'm planning to use. And this is it's a work in progress, but you know, everything I do is. So I've got the pan still sitting a little bit low, and I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it how it is or if I'm just going to get rid of it and change it out to some foot pieces here. So the stuff's all bolted down. It's looking fairly solid. Right now the suspension is intact. I've got a little Honda clone engine with a stator that I'm trying to just kind of see how it looks in here. I've got it lined up with the gear, and yeah, so this is going to take a while to get this project to where it's going to be good. It's something to just put around slowly in the yard, but gotta start somewhere. Unfortunately, I only get a few hours every now and then, so gotta make do with what I've got. So, hoping this will be fun for the kids. And I'll leave it here. Thanks for watching.